Oh my, oh my god. Play Sarkhan on top of that. This is disgusting, you guys. Hey everybody, welcome back. Thanks for taking the time to watch Hello Good Game. Today we are playing the Ikoria pre-release event sponsored by Wizards of the Coast. I've created a Temur Superfriends deck called Apex of Creation that revolves around Song of Creation, Genesis Ultimatum, and the King of the Cosmos, a Luna Apex of Wishes. This deck puts out ridiculous amounts of value, you guys. We're going to take a look at the deck list, talk about the deck strategy, get into today's gameplay footage, then come full circle with our closing thoughts. But before we do, I want to remind you that this video is brought to you by AetherHub.com. You can download the best Magic the Gathering Arena tracker at www.mtgaassistant.net, link in the description below. Our deck list starts out with 4 copies of Growth Spiral. This is an instant card. Draw a card. You may put a land card from your hand onto the battlefield. Moving on to our 3 drops, we have 3 copies of Uro, Titan of Nature's Wrath. It's a 6/6, and when it enters the battlefield, sacrifice it unless it escaped. Whenever Uro enters the battlefield or attacks, you gain 3 life and draw a card. You may put a land card from your hand onto the battlefield, and then the escape cost is 4, plus exiling 5 other cards from your graveyard. Mu Yanling, Sky Dancer. This is a Planeswalker coming into the battlefield with 2 loyalty, has a +2 ability of until your next turn up to 1 target creature gets -2/-0 and loses flying. -3, create a 4/4 blue elemental bird creature token with flying, and -8, you get an emblem. With islands you control, have tap to draw a card. We have 2 copies of Narset, Parter of Veils, a legendary Planeswalker coming into the battlefield with 5 loyalty counters. It has a static ability of each opponent can't draw more than 1 card each turn, and a -2 ability of look at the top 4 cards of your library. You may reveal a non-creature, non-land card from among them, put it into your hand, and the rest into the bottom of your library in a random order. 4 copies of Kiora Behemoth Beckoner, Lair of Behemoths, the Behemoth Beckoner, right, you guys? Another Planeswalker coming into the battlefield with 7 loyalty counters, a passive ability of whenever a creature with power 4 or greater enters the battlefield under your control, draw a card, and -1 of untapped target permanent. We have 2 copies of Chandra, Fire Artisan, another Planeswalker coming in with 4 loyalty, passive ability. Whenever 1 or more loyalty counters are removed from Chandra, she deals that much damage to target opponent or Planeswalker. +1, exile the top card of your library. You may play it this turn, and -7, exile the top 7 cards of your library. You may play them this turn. Storm's Wrath deals 4 damage to each creature each Planeswalker. Excuse me. 2 copies of Tamiyo coming in with 5 loyalties, has a passive ability of your opponent's spells cannot cause you to discard or sacrifice permanents. +1, choose a non-land card name and reveal the top 4 cards of your library. Put all the cards with the chosen name from among them into your hand and the rest into your graveyard. -3, return target card from your graveyard to your hand. We have 2 Song of Creation. An enchantment, you may play an additional land on each of your turns. Whenever you cast a spell, draw 2 cards, and at the beginning of your upkeep, discard your hand. We have 2 copies of Nissa, Who Shakes the World. This is our first 5 drop. She's coming in with 5 loyalty counters, passive ability. Whenever you tap a forest for mana, add an additional forest, +1, put 3 1/1 counters on up to 1 target non-creature land you control. Untap it, it becomes a 0/0 elemental creature with vigilance and haste, and it's still a land. -8, you get an emblem. With lands you control have indestructible. Search your library for any number of forest cards, put them into the battlefield tapped, then shuffle your library. 4 copies of Sarkhan the Masterless, another Planeswalker coming in with 5 loyalty, passive ability. Whenever a creature attacks you or a Planeswalker you control, each dragon you control deals 1 damage to that creature. +1 until end of turn. Each Planeswalker you control becomes a 4/4 red dragon with flying, and -3, create a 4/4 red dragon creature token, also with flying. We have 2 copies of a Luna Apex of Wishes, a 6/6 flying trample with mutate for 6. Whenever this creature mutates, exile all cards from the top of your library until you exile a non-land permanent card. Put that card into the battlefield from your hand. And then finally, Genesis Ultimatum. This card costs 7. Look at the top 5 cards of your library. Put any number of permanent cards from among them onto the battlefield. On the rest into your hand. Exile Genesis Ultimatum. These spells are accompanied by 2 islands, 4 mountains, 3 forests, 2 steam vents, 2 stomping grounds, 4 breeding pools, 4 Ketria Triomes, and 3 Lotus Fields, guys. Now let's take a look at the strategy. Our strategy with this deck is very simple. Ramp, ramp, ramp. Planeswalker, 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 survive, 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 and then Sarkhan, you throw all the dragons on the field and smash them. Really, if he's an aggro deck, you kind of want to withhold your Planeswalkers because Storm's Wrath does deal damage to each creature and each Planeswalker, including your own. So I know that seems counterintuitive to have in a Planeswalker deck, but it's what's required to make it past turn 3, turn 4 against the aggro decks, right? And if you kill a Narset, you kill a Mu Yanling while you're surviving and totally annihilating its line of play, that's going to be worth it, right? So the main idea is the Growth Spiral ramp, ramp, right? And then we get Tamiyo to find our Song of Creation. We get that, then we can play either that or our Genesis Ultimatum. Ideally, we play our Genesis Ultimatum all the time. You can play all of those cards right onto the battlefield immediately. And for us, that's going to be Planeswalkers, lands, instances of sorceries, right? So basically just flooding the field immediately. So ramp, play Planeswalkers, protect yourself, and then just outvalue your opponent. It's not going to be uncommon to have 6, 7 Planeswalkers on the field at once with this deck, you guys. That's how quick it gets there. Like a Growth Spiral into an Uro is like absolutely disgusting, into a Song of Creation, into more land. We also have Ikoria Behemoth Beckoner, which ties very, very well with our Lotus Field. So you can play land, tap them, sacrifice them, untap your Lotus Field. I think during one match today, we untapped our single Lotus Field 3 times. So one land produced 9 mana, you guys. That's absolutely ridiculous, right? Because we can also untap those Lotus Fields with our Nissa who shakes the world. So that's really cool. So we can use it for 3 mana, untap it with Kiora, use it for 3 mana, untap it with Nissa, and then I believe use it for 4 mana if we cast it with green because we get the additional forest, right? So that's 10 mana out of 1 land spell. That's absolutely disgusting. And you can do multiple colors. So the first time you do red, second time you do blue, third time you do green, and then you can cast your ultimatum that way. Other than that, the kill command is Sarkhan Dragons. We also have a Luna Apex of Wishes. That's a great big flyer as well. Yanling creates the 4/4. Sarkhan creates the 4/4, both flyers. And then Narset is to help you dig for the Song of Creation, Genesis Ultimatum, and Sarkhan the Masterless, Storm's Wrath if you need to defend against anything. That's the deck strategy, you guys. I hope that helps you play it. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate your continued time, attention, and support. We're live on Twitch every single morning, 6 a.m. PST. I'd really appreciate your company there as well. And a quick reminder to join our Discord, link in the description below. Thanks for watching. Now let's get into today's gameplay footage. As far as an opening hand, this looks pretty good. I like it, right? I have a companion deck. The Orphan Guard. Very nice. We're gonna flex our Triome, hopefully get our Uro out right away. Unfortunately, no Growth Spiral in hand. That would have been cool. Really, Naya Cats in the house. It's aggressive. Right, we do have Storm's Wrath, can clean it up. Sarkhan in hand. We probably want to get our Planeswalkers out first, though. And hitting us for 7, not good. Okay, that's fine. Oh, I'm quite happy with that. Alright, let's clean that up. Playing our island. We have a hand full of Planeswalkers. He has more. Wow. Nice. We could dig for another Storm's Wrath, or we Chandra. Actually, We make the dragon because if the Unworld Rage Hound attacks,
Who are you to call me mad?
he'll die.
Magnificent!
Alright, we can block the Regisaur. He could mutate this turn. That'd be pretty groovy. We've not seen much of that yet. Ooh, he does... Oh no. Only other creatures with vigilance. Yeah, he can't attack with the Rage Hound. Nor can he attack with the Regisaur. Right? So he just kills himself there. A-okay for us. Let's do Kiora first. You can untap one of our lands.
Defying you, one drop ripples and grows.
Toss our Narset out.
I train every day. No one put thoughtfulness before action.
We don't necessarily want to deal Storm's Wrath out now, once we have all these Planeswalkers. Let's just take the draw effect. Plus our Sarkhan. Everybody turns into dragons. And... well, I only want to attack with Sarkhan. Right? Because he'll not be able to defend. Right? He's a Planeswalker, so... he goes to the side. We have lethal next turn. A few more Planeswalkers to get in the house. Storm's Wrath works pretty cool with Chandra Fire Artisan. You deal a little bit of extra damage to your opponent. Looking for Song of Creation, right? Now that we have all the value within Planeswalkers on the field. Not so bad for us if we discard our hand. We do have to block and keep Sarkhan alive.
Listen to them roar!
He should be tapping target creature. He's gonna do it, yeah. Nice.
Just wait a moment.
Dragon does not lose!
Pretty brutal. Another Rage Hound. Let's toss our old girl on the field.
Let's do this. Let's light it up.
Too bad we played a land. That would have been fun. Oh, we can Growth Spiral it? But it's not in our hand, it's in exile. Right? Well. Let me play it this turn. Let's see if this works. No, it doesn't. We have to do it this way. And to push up to 2 makes no sense. Yes, it does. Pay 2 life. Untap a land here. We need 2 blue. Okay, I guess we have it. Doesn't matter.
Nature flows with vigor.
Get our Mu Yanling out there.
Even a typhoon begins with a single wind.
Let's kill his Rage Hound.
Control your temper.
And I'm tempted to just go in and kill him, but then I think he could probably just kill us on return. Chill out. Top deck a Sarkhan and just kill our opponent. Luckily, he's locked himself into this aggro-style land. Mutates him onto himself to power everybody up. That's actually very heavy. He doesn't have the land to tap us, thankfully. He does? Oh, no. I did not see that. GG. Okay, so the hand is like almost ideal, you guys. It's just a little light on land. Opponent goes first. We have a lot of land in the deck, and we get lucky. That's what it's all about. Let's risk it for the biscuit. Fabled Passage, that's all fine and dandy. We didn't draw land, which hurts my feelings. We have a Growth Spiral, though, and we have an Uro. So if we do draw a land, hopefully an island or a forest, we're going to be in session. And I don't really want to sacrifice our Triome with Field, but we might have to. Okay, we get the land. That's great. The right color. Paying life. Passing our turn, pretending that, you know, maybe we've got a counter spell, right? Oh, he goes into a Growth Spiral. Let's actually still pretend we have a counter spell. Let him take it. Growth Spiral is the most broken card in the set. Forever. For every set that this card is available to partake in, like it should be in every Simic deck forever. So he's playing it. We actually don't have the counter, so now we can play our Growth Spiral. We can play our Lotus Field. I guess that's our best choice. It sucks. I actually meant to put it back in my hand, so that's unfortunate. Having to sack our Triome, ouch. Not something we like to do.
Not to brag, but my friends kind of I love to make a splash.
Hopefully we can continue to draw land, right? Stifle his planes or his attackers here. Get Sarkhan out, get a Nissa out. We can even Uro next turn. I will probably... Wow, interesting. He does not like Mu Yanling. Which is fine, I get it. Pretty good draw engine if you get to her ultimate. I mean, Song Creation is cool. We could draw the land. I think we just go right into a Sarkhan Masterclass, right? No, it seems weird, and we'll have to tap our... Well, we don't tap it. Sure. I don't think it actually taps it. I think it just takes the ability off. Yeah.
Ocean surges, life thrives.
Bring our boy out. If I had more land, I might have done Nissa.
Dragon's Rage.
We can take 2 attack away from his cat there as well. And I think it's best to just make the dragon.
Your end has arrived.
That allows us to draw off Kiora, which is really nice. Still no land. Ouch. That's pretty good field for one Lotus Field, right? He cycles his Triome. Ooh, he gets a Luca. Now this does some stuff. +1, exile the top 3 cards of your library. Oh, he minuses 2. Oh! Exile target creature you control, then reveal cards from the top of your library until you reveal a creature with card higher converted mana cost. Put it into the battlefield. Rest them to the bottom of your library in random order. And it is Godzilla Doom Inevitable. An 8/8 with trample and haste. We can't do a goddamn thing about it. Oh man. Ouch.
Only
Cool play, cool play. Hey, we get a land, that's fun. Is fun. Fun. Wow. This creates another 4/4 flyer for the draw. And is acceptable, I guess.
Let's get moving.
I mean, I want Song of Creation out, but
Through this land, we are all connected.
untapping our Lotus for a third time this turn.
The land shall conquer you.
Paying life here. Playing our Song of Creation. Into what would be our third land. Into an Uro. Drawing 2 cards from our Song of Creation. We do get our King of the Cosmos. And we get to draw off Kiora. Playing another land, which is nice. That'll be our third land this turn, I think. And now we're stuck in this ultimatum, like, what do we do? Is he going to -2 and just slay us again? We could kill his Luca, but then we're going to get hit very hard by this Godzilla. I think we have to kill it.
This isn't worth my time.
Discarding our hand sucks. Still have 41 cards in deck though, and we had to do something, right? At least now we have a field presence that semi-competes with him. Having our hand discarded really helps bringing our Uro back into play as well. Target creature can't block, ouch. So he could just hit home for 8. I don't like that, but we could hit home for 11. Plus a Nissa, which would be 14. That could get quite aggressive. Okay, he kills Nissa.
I must seek comfort in the land.
His field's tapped. He needs some blockers. Specifically flying blockers. Oh, my lantern. Yeah, this guy's so good. It killed our field Lotus, or Lotus Field. Ouch. Discarding, or exiling 5 cards, sorry, from our graveyard. Playing our Uro, we draw 2 cards, plus a third from Kiora. So refilling our hand quite nicely. And we get to play more lands. We only have 1 land left. I think we get to play them both, though. And then we could untap still for 3. Let's go for it. It actually wouldn't give us any. Let's submit 0 here. I shouldn't have paid life for that. For some reason, I thought we'd have 4. Oops. Guess we will leave it at that. Starting our hand again. Feels pretty bad, but we do have Uro on the field. We've got Song of Creation. We're at 16 life. And yeah. Another 8/8 Trample Haste Godzilla. Absolutely destroys Uro. Like, even this guy's chest has a mouth. I don't know what's going on there. No blocks, right? This is taking out our planeswalkers one by one.
Tides
Feels
always rise again.
pretty bad. Oh, of course we draw a land. How spectacular. Gaining 3 life helps another land. Loving it. We may as well play the land because we're going to have to discard it if we don't. We may as well make a flyer because she'll die if we don't.
And it will offer assistance.
Right? We do have lethal next turn. So that's like a situation he's going to have to deal with. Blockers. He must have something that deals with Uro. Looking at his graveyard, that's frightening. So good match here. Really back and forth. I think this Godzilla, though, is getting the slight nod. And we did choke so hard on land off the beginning. It's crazy how many land we have now, considering how hard we choked off the start. A secondary Godzilla to block. Wow, that's his 4th one, I think. His 3rd one. Still. Guy's insane. Let's go for the attack and the draw. Play our Triome. If he blocks, we can Storm's Wrath, which sucks for us. Get to draw a card. Let's go for it. Growth Spiral. Alright, alright. Or should we just re-Uro? Right, let's re-Uro. Doesn't really matter, let's just pick 5.
They don't need me anymore.
Get to draw a card here. 2 cards, I always forget about that. We get to put some land into the battlefield. Who doesn't love land? Discarding all of our good cards, though. And we're down to 26. But our opponent's down to 6 life. We have a 6-powered attacker. He can create a token that cannot block. Chandra also has nothing that can block.
Fires without me.
He can play something from his graveyard. I would have played Shatter the Sky, personally.
Fight fire with
Right?
fire.
Could he have not... or 3 or less. You can't play Shatter the Sky with Chandra because it costs 4. Ouchies. Boys, I think we just got her. Hello, good game. Song of Creation is just beautiful. How can you not?
I'm the best fire starter there is.
How do we not pull more land? I guess there's probably not a lot of it left. Back. Let's see what we pull off the top.
Just gonna be
We do
back.
get it. Not that we need it. Plus our dragons that won't attack. And again, in with Uro. We have paid life for that land. Alright, down to 0. That's a pretty cool game, you guys. Song of Creation in full effect. Alright. And looks pretty good, in all honesty. Let's keep it and see where it leads. Fabled Passage is always pretty cool. Let's get our Triome out first and foremost. Drawing the land is really nice. He has the ability to counter, but okay, no, throw a possibility, going right for it. Paying life, passing our turn. Pretending now that maybe we have a counter, right? The Royal Scions. I was actually thinking about putting that in this deck. It's pretty cool.
Aye, with the knowledge to direct it.
Let's put our Triome in.
To know is to triumph.
Another Phoenix deck. Interesting. Don't you just love that? Playing our Kiora.
Dive right into battle.
Untapping our Triome.
One drop ripples and grows.
That's our turn. We should be able to Lotus Field with our Growth Spiral. Why didn't it give us the option to do that last turn? Or did we just skip right past it?
I enjoy the proper application of knowledge.
Alright, he tosses a duplicate out. This is a very nice card. Gets +1/+0 for each instant and sorcery in your graveyard. And whenever you discard one or more cards for the first time each turn, you draw that many cards. Wow. Play that Growth Spiral. Oh, we can. Playing our Lotus Field now. And sacking other 2 lands. Now we can Lotus Field for red. Tap it.
Nature flows with vigor.
I guess play our Fire Artisan.
You want to play with fire, huh?
Play our Tamiyo as well.
Let us have a story badly worth retelling.
Oh, it's you burning.
Let me aid your research.
Looking for Song of Creation. Get an Uro, that's okay. And we should probably put this other Lotus Field out. Killing these Triomes just gains us another land, right? So now we have 6 lands and the potential to go to 9. It's to deal with our Tamiyo first and foremost. We play Sarkhan next turn and hit for 12. That's not bad, right? That 18 gives him 6 left. Crackling Drake, sure. Good hit Tamiyo. Hopefully he hits Chandra. That would be good. That finds us our last damage.
Oh, now you're asking for it.
We get our ultimatum too. That's really... So let's go in for blue. Minus this puppy.
I love to make a split.
Cast our ultimatum. Playing our Narsets. Guess we'll just play all of these on the... Right? That's a sick ramp. Do we pay life for them? Yes.
My prowess is on.
Oh my god. Play Sarkhan on top of that. This is disgusting, you guys. This plus our Chandra.
No problem fire can't solve.
Tamiyo can go up as well. Still looking for our song.
Noted this somewhere.
We don't get it. That's a bummer. Nissa can plus a land. It should be a Lotus Field.
The land fights for us.
Narset can take a dig.
Meditate and prepare.
Should be another Sarkhan in case we need it. And Sarkhan can turn everybody into a big dragon.
All the dragons.
And we want to attack our opponent, obviously. Oh my god. What have we done, you guys? We're gonna get banned. Brutal. So she's tapped. We could replay her. I guess that uses our Lotus Field, so we don't really out of that. That's our turn. Oh, he's dealing mad damage, except Narset can't allow him to draw. Oh no, you guys, that's brutal. Narset in the house for the win. All right, you guys, that was the Apex of Creation that focuses around Luna Apex of Wishes, Genesis Ultimatum, and Song of Creation with Sarkhan the Masterless, Planeswalker, leading the Planeswalkers here. Kiora, Behemoth Beckoner with our Lotus Field is absolutely disgusting, and the Lotus Field is really, really good in this deck because you can play additional lands each turn through Growth Spiral, Uro, and Song of Creation. So that is, it's very easy to get them out, and it's not as restrictive as it used to be. So thanks for watching. I really appreciate your continued time and support. Make sure to check us out same time, same place tomorrow. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that bell icon so you're notified of our future uploads, and take care.